Scott from the future here. I just want to tell you we have just finished the review on the Tynee ULTRA X Pro, or Pro X, again, I don't know. And it is just about to absolutely bucket down. Don't forget, if you want to get the Tynee board or any Tynee electric skateboard, please use my discount code ScottD. It helps support this channel and it tells Tynee that you enjoy my type of video, you find it entertaining or knowledgeable. So thank you so much if you choose to use it, and I hope you enjoy the video.
Scotty.
So I had a little bit of a revelation in the last couple of days around e-skate. It was really cemented even more so last night when I was chatting to one of my long-term subscribers, a guy called Matt, who I recommended a beast board to. Like, when did beast board come out? Like 2 years ago, something like that. Anyway, we were chatting about, he wants another board, and I instinctively, naturally, whatever the term is, I instantly started recommending the latest and greatest, the Aces, the Propels, the Tynee Explorers and so on. I just launched into this big sort of thing. Like, these are the ones, these are the awesome ones, these ones you can have good prices, and so on and so on. And he just came back saying, I really want a street board. I want something similar. I want something like the Beast board, but just refreshed or, made by today's standards. And that really sort of made me think, and I started like, I guess not everybody wants, suspension and 7075, whatever it is, machined aluminium and underglow lights and all this extra stuff that a lot of the boards are coming with these days. And I know I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I like a lot of it, but it's not everybody's cup of tea. And then, well, it was like 2 or 3 days ago, I went for a skate on an old electric skateboard I had. I can't remember the brand. It was like a AE board or something. And I haven't charged this thing in like 2 years. Thought it would be completely dead. Put it on charge, came to life. I was like, it's got an original old Lingy ESC. Went for a skate and I just had an absolute blast. Smooth roads around the neighborhood, just carving. And it just really cemented that there is something historical or natural or organic in jumping on a really simple, down-to-earth, no frills electric skateboard and just skating and having fun. And that, it really, I guess, inspired me, or it excited me to make today's video around the Tynee ULTRA X Pro. Oh God, they're getting long. The names are getting long. Tynee ULTRA X Pro. It's behind me here. This is, in a nutshell, a very, very basic electric skateboard, but made really, really well with a lot of really, really good components. But when you hop on it, it just feels like an electric skateboard should. To the top level stuff, the stuff you can read in the brochure, and then we'll talk about how the board actually performs, how it feels. The deck is just under 39 inches long. It's 10 inches wide at its widest point, so where your toes, or your feet go, should I say. So you can see I'm a US size 11, fits me very, very nicely. I have zero complaints about the width of the deck. I can really carve on it nicely and pump into it. The deck itself is made up of bamboo and fiberglass. So it's really nice and flexible, but also really strong at the same time. So if you look down on the deck, you'll see I'm 100 kilos, 220 I think it is, 220, something like that. It's really flexible and it rebounds really nicely. So it's not sloppy and really strong. So it's gonna really assist with those vibrations. Being a street board, you want every advantage you can with potholes, vibrations, that sort of thing. It's got a really nice nose and tail guards on it, front and rear. So you can see right there, nose, tail. That's going to add longevity to your board. And the total weight of the board is just over 10 kilos. I'll put the pounds on the screen right here because I'm riding, there's cars behind me and I can't do the maths. All in all, it's a really nice, simple looking, basic electric skateboard. Has a little flair here of of graphics and their unchanged, very basic logo there. All of this is printed onto some really nice, it's actually legitimately nice, 3mm padded grip tape with the holes pre-laser cut. Underneath the deck, I'll just show you while I was stopped. Underneath, you've got their 9.5-inch forged and CNC finished trucks. This is actually the lower hanger off the Explorer, so you know it's a tried and tested truck system. They offer a lifetime guarantee on their trucks. So 6-month warranty on the board, lifetime on their trucks. On the end of those hangers, Tynee's take on the boosted 105s. These are from the same mold as the Mad V1s. So again, tried and tested, 72A durometer, 105 in size, and what is it, 65mm contact patch. So you've got the holes just like the boosteds, just like the Mads. So it really adds suspension to your ride. It takes away a lot of those vibrations, but it's also really, really sticky because of that pre-stone ground surface on the wheel. You can have a lot of fun with this and push it really hard to corners and carve, and just, it really lifts your skate game. This is the hill we tested the Meepo Flow hill climb on. This is a long, steep hill. We'll go to the bottom of this shortly and we'll do a hill climb test, because I think this board will do very, very well. While we're talking, the ESC is Hobbywing. It's a 14S Hobbywing 9028 ESC. It's their 7th generation now. So they just keep tweaking it, keep making little changes, keep making it better. Has the auto on off like all Hobbywings do. Reverse obviously, cruise control, easy change from miles to kilometers per hour by 3 tapping the power button. It has app connectivity, so it has a Bluetooth module in there. Now Tynee doesn't have their own app, isn't that great, but just having access to that means you can log into that board, connect to it on the app, and you can change all the settings on this, braking curves, acceleration curves, and you can unlock its top speed. So the board comes set to 31 miles per hour. You can unlock it up to about 36, I think. If you go into the app, you can up that top speed to about 36 miles per hour, which again, for a boosted style board, that is very, very, very fast. Hill climb test on the Meepo Flow hill, I'm gonna call it. Maybe it'll be renamed the Tynee ULTRA X PRO hill. This is a really steep gradient. The cameras never show it. You gotta believe me, this is very, very steep. I'll put the camera on the side so hopefully you can get an understanding of how steep it is by the gradient of the fences, because that'll give you a pretty good understanding of how steep it is. We are gonna start on the gradient. So we're already on the hill. I'm resting against the traffic island. Like you'll see if I come forward and let go, we roll straight back. So there's no run up, there's nothing like that. And yeah, let's see if we can make it. 3, 2, 1. This isn't a race, it's just basically seeing how well it goes. This first bit is extremely steep, so this is a good sign straight away off the bat. Hold your sideways. Now, it smooths out a little bit here, and then it gets steep again. So we are building speed now, 36, 37. Coming up to a chicane. Woo, straight through there. Now this is where it gets really steep. I'm sitting on 38, 37. 37 still, which is nice. Wonder if this car's gonna let me go. Yes, there is, thank God. Make it all the way, 37. Have not dropped a kilometer. How good is that? 38, 39. So that 14S battery, paired with those 3,000 watt motors, do deliver really nice power. The battery pack, 14S 2P Molicel P42A cells. So that's like 432, I think, watt hours. If I'm wrong, I'll put the number there. I'm pretty sure it's 432. It's a really nice size again for this enclosure. It's a good size battery with a really, really good discharge rate. I think you're looking at about 90 amp max discharge. for an electric skateboard, that's a really good number. Just getting out of the way of the cars. A couple of things I just remembered while I had the board up to show you. Battery enclosure here. Here's your charge port. Nice and easy to get open, even for someone who chooses their fingernails. Power button down here for the whole board. And I really like this. I haven't seen another company do this. I could be wrong, but Tynee always waterproofs their power button. So that's actually got a rubber seal over it. So it's not just a standard stainless steel button. It's got a rubber gasket over the button, just to add and increase its waterproofness, which is really nice. There are those dual 3000 watt BLCD motors. They're made by Hobbywing, so again, quality components. Hobbywing, Molly Cell. The deck comes from the same factory that makes the Evolve decks. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. All I know is it does feel very, very nice. All right, but how does the board ride? Well, I'll shut up for a few minutes and just let you be the judge of that. Hopefully you can pick up my vibe from how I'm riding. So I can tell you it rides really beautifully. So that brings us to the end of this first look at the Tynee ULTRA X Pro. I think that's the right order. I don't know, too many words, too many names. So quick, I guess, final thoughts on the board. First of all, I didn't mention this, standard Hobbywing remote. Love this remote. USB-C, has all the information you need on it, comfortable in the hand. So board, awesome electric skateboard. Really nice deck. Really strong, really fast, beautiful battery. You know, 14S2P Molly Cell P42A cells, 400 plus watt hours, 58.8 volt system or something like that. You can take this thing down to almost zero with very, very little sag. The wheels, I love these wheels. I love the Mad Wheel V1s. God, so many V's and W's. I love the Mad Wheel V1s. I love the Boosted 105s, and these are exactly the same mold, just a different bit of art on the outside. You know, 72A durometer, nice and soft. They've got the holes in there for weight reduction, but also for vibration dampening, and they do work exactly the way they should. The enclosures are beautifully made. You know, they've got a really good formula with their enclosures, Tynee. They've got a beautiful company making them. They just look good. They wear really well. They take a S-ton of abuse to crack one. I've never broken a Tynee enclosure. The nose tail guard's really nice. The motors, those 3000 watt motors, made by Hobbywing, same as the ESC, 14S Hobbywing ESC 9028, 7th generation. I'm just rabbling on now. It's a really, really awesome electric skateboard. My two suggestions for the board, excuse me, my two suggestions for the board, hang on a second. My two suggestions for the board is it needs a slightly bigger charger in this day and age. It comes with a 2.5 amp, the very old school traditional charger that we've seen for the last like 4 years. I'd love to see a 4 amp charger with this board. You know, it is a decent sized battery. 2.5 amps is just a little too small in my opinion. Not the end of the world. The other thing is, I'm not sure, there might be something about this. He may have told me, I'm not sure, I can't remember. But I wish this had the Explorer ESC as well. Now I know that means the cost would have to go up, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with this. I just love the in-remote customization of the Explorer ESC and remote. It has all the in-app adjustments in the remote control. And it's just a little bit more powerful as well. It has a few more amps in there as well. If they were to put the Explorer ESC in this, it would be 80 amps. What this is right now, I don't know, but it's still fast. Like, I don't qualm about the power on this board. It's fast enough. It climbs hills beautifully. Like 30 miles an hour is fast enough for me on a street board. I just would love to have that in remote customization. That's my only 2 suggestions for this board. Like I said at the very, very beginning, this isn't an off-road board, this isn't a jump board, this isn't a long range board, this is an electric skateboard that you can get on and really enjoy and have a really big smile on your face because of those nice wide trucks, those big comfy wheels, and the way this thing's carved, the way it carves is just, it's like historic. Like it just feels like an electric skateboard should. Anyway, I'm waffling on. Tynee ULTRA Pro X or X Pro. Awesome board. If you want to get one, make sure you check out the link in the description. Use my discount code ScottD, that'll give you a discount off the board, and it also tells Tynee that you enjoyed my video, you found it entertaining or insightful, and it gives me a little bit of a kickback as well. So if you choose to use it, thank you very much. It is about to rain, I can feel the drops, so let's end it there. Skate safe, wear a helmet, and we'll see you on the next video.
Scotty. Who's Scotty?